Okay. Well done, guys. Everyone muted themselves. You don't even need me. All right. So before we begin today, if you're in a seated posture, just take an extra minute here to get really cozy and kind of move any wiggles out. We are going to start standing today. That can always be changed if you'd like to, but I like to keep moving. And welcome, everyone. All right, I got y'all muted here. And what I wanted to start off with today was a little intention that you may like to set with me. I open my heart and show compassion in small ways every day to everyone I meet, including myself. I choose to move away from criticism and down a path of gentleness instead. That is our yoga practice. Provide yourself with gentle reminders throughout our class today to rebalance, ground, and tune into the positive vibrations of this message. And with that, yogis, we begin. For those of you that are joining me for the first time today, I have a mat that looks like a T, just so you can see me from different angles. You're welcome to set your mat up in any shape that works best for you. We're starting in a wide-legged stance with really softly bent knees, and then our upper body is just floating in space like it's in deep water. And I'm going to encourage you to spread your toes really wide, spread open your palms really wide, and just start to sway side to side, even incorporating a little bit of your body. Take a moment to check in and see, where do I feel extra tight? Noticing. And then throughout class today, whenever we re-notice that sensation, we want to send extra breath into that area. So right now, we're our stance that our knees are behind our toes, and we're settling down into a horse stance, not a squat, just an easy horse stance. Arms are down, and then we reach out as wide as we can through our arms. Left fingertips, just the peace fingers, the first two take a hold of the head, lift up and tip over as you stretch your right fingertips very far away. Soften your legs here, stoking your inner fire, building a little bit of heat. And if your neck feels healthy, chin rises to sky. Let all that go for a minute. Peace fingers on the right hand do the same. Reach up, tip over, but then send your left arm out long. Soften our lower half. Light and lifted in the upper half. And if it feels good, chin turns up towards the sky. Now try to free up your facial muscles here. Stay smoothly moving and breathing into your lower half. Let go of that arm, let everything sink back down, and then tuck your chin towards your chest, and then just start to roll your neck side to side. Now let's lengthen, top of head away from tail, long through spine. While we're rolling, soften the arms, unclenching wherever we can. And if your neck feels particularly good today, you might want to spin just a tad bit further past the shoulder. Or for those of us that feel really good, we can spin all the way around, swap sides, or continue on one big circle for just a few, then switch. Let's try one more. Are your thighs starting to burn yet? Just a little bit goes a long way, doesn't it? Last breath in. Last breath out. Whew, arms reach up. Stay in your wide squat. I know you can do this. Right arm falls, left arm reaches. Swap sides. Rise high to sky. Left arm falls, right arm reaches. So let's create a big, beautiful C shape with our bodies. Lateral stretches, but lifting our ribs high. So I want to lift, then tip, okay? As opposed to this, where I just tip and I hunker. We want to lift, tip. Breathe in, unclench your toes, unclench your facial features and your fingers. Let's try 4 more. Reach, lengthen. And listen, if this is too much, we have lots of options. My bottom arm can fall, and my tip can get really little. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. All the way up to the sky. Clasp hands behind low back. Here's a great time, if your hands don't clasp, because we have tight chests and shoulders, to grab a sweatshirt, a belt, a strap, anything you can to reach up and back. If we can clasp, chase the ground or the floor behind you with your knuckles. Wiggle through your toes, and one more time, shift. Woo! Did your legs get tight there? Breathe in one way, breathe in another, just for 2 more breaths. One more big chest opening breath in. I don't know if these legs are gonna jump together. Hands are soft, feet bounce together, or we step, come to the top of your mat. Well done, yogis. Arms rise high. Extended mountain pose. Exhale into forward fold. Float your hands down. Bend your knees a bunch if your legs and back are really tight. Forward fold, top of head towards floor. Halfway lift. Wonderful time to grab blocks, books, pillows, anything to make the ground a little higher if you'd like it. Forward fold again. Right leg lunges straight back, but we're landing our right knee, shin and top of foot, and climbing up the left thigh. I want to get long in my right hip. Lift and lengthen arms, rise high. Frame out your front foot. Act as if we're bowing, not just down, but forward and then down. Shift hips back, bund towards right heel. Anything your front foot wants to do. This is half split. And I'll show you round 2 from the side, yogis. Open your toes. Toes before pose. We want to always have energy. Soften our knees. Both hands inside your left toes and sweep out to the side. Bowing gate pose. Reach forward. Bow down. Soften your left knee. Buns back towards right heel. Stretch through your sides. Hands under shoulders. Roll up so that our body's really long. We're reaching to the sky. And now gate pose. Right arm falls, and this may be all we do. Or we can come to the floor or a block, reach up and over. Oh, feel both sides really lengthen. And then, yogis, can you breathe? And can you open your gaze, right eye up towards the sky? That'll throw your balance off. I almost fell over there. Top arm down. Come back out the way you came in. Draw your leg back in. Child's pose. Buns towards heels. Extending arms forward. Reach as far as you can. Wiggle fingers out 1 more inch. Downward facing dog. Tuck toes. Scoot hips to sky. And then press out of palms to lift the top of your head as far away from the floor as possible. Your down dog could have super bent knees. And we press back gently, really easing into the backs of our legs. Roll forward into plank. Shoulders land over wrists. Knees lower if you'd like. Bending elbows back for chaturanga. Chest comes forward through the window of elbows. Pause halfway, to the floor we go. Baby cobra. Hover hands under shoulders or wider if we need it. Lift from the backs of our necks. Ooh, big back stretch. Warm it up, my friends. Hands come down, child's pose. We've been here. Hips back, arms long. Maybe we can tense the fingertips so we're really hollow in the heel of our hands and feel a bigger stretch in through the armpits. Downward facing dog again. Tuck your toes. Keep knees as bent as it feels good for you. And this time, make your body more like a ski slope. Press your chest back towards your thighs. Knees bend more if need be. Big chest stretch. Elbows lengthen just a bit more. Press out of your palms. Right leg rises high. 3-legged dog. Look in between the thumbs and crunch your knee in. Now, if you get stuck, we're trying to lunge here. If you get stuck, help your leg. Right heel under the right knee. Low lunge. Land the back knee, please. Shin and top of foot. All right, let's climb up. Feels better here, nice and free, right? Arms rise high. Breathe in. Now really open your body. Feel that space and just love on your body for a second. Beautiful. Hands frame out front foot. We shift our hips back for half split. You choose. You want to lift your toes here. And you may even want to take the version where we sit right back. I'm sitting on my back foot. How does it feel? Are your toes sickling in? If you feel it, we want to straighten it up. Soften your knee, climb back forward, both hands inside your right big toe and sweep out to gate pose. But we're going to bow this gate pose. Press down through blade edge of foot, soften right knee and reach forward. Can we bow? Belly down, ease hips back. If you're feeling an intense stretch in your right inner thigh, you're doing it right, yogis. 1 more breath in. Come on back to child's pose. Downward facing dog. Tuck your toes right side. Left leg lifts. 3-legged dog. Look forward, land. Thumbs. Keep going, yogis. You're in From this lunge, step the back leg in. Forward fold. Tuck in tight. Now this forward fold, if it feels terrible, bend your knees a bunch or even put a sweatshirt or a blanket in between your belly and your thighs to give you extra comfort. Rise high to sky. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Congrats on round 1. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me for the next round. Mountain pose. Big breath in when you're ready. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. All the way down in any way that feels good. If your arms are tight or tired, close to body is best. Halfway lift from your fold. Inhale, lengthen, get very light on your hands. Bend knees as much as possible. Refold when you're ready. Left leg lunges back. Land so soft if possible, and feel free to stay elevated since this is round 2. Otherwise, stay with option 1, climb up through the front thigh. Arms are lifting, make it a high lunge. Open the space between each rib and between ribs and hips. Eye gaze up if your neck feels good. Hands frame out front foot. Everyone land your knee, please, for half split. Now, I want you to really feel fully across the front leg. So let's make sure our right toes are squared. And if it feels great, float the arms like airplane wings. Or even if you take just one finger down and kind of teeter around here like a seesaw. Well done, yogis. One more big breath in. Come on back forward. Sweep out for gate pose. And this time we're rising all the way up. Lift all the way up. Left hand falls. If we like a block, we use a block or a book or a pillow. Lift up, or we can stretch all the way out. Nice time to roll our heart space open, and our left eyes may be able to look up to the sky. Roll right back down, child's pose. Now we can skip that and go right to downward facing dog if that feels best. For down dog, scoop hips up, elbows in line with ears for our downward facing dog, or we can ski slope for more chest opening. In our ski slope, chest would push back towards thighs. Whew, so it's really big in the shoulders and the chest here. One more big breath in, bend your knees as much as you need to. Roll forward to plank, lift through your heels, through the low back, belly, upper back. Knees can land, or we chaturanga with knees up. Slowly lowering, chest through the elbow window, all the way down to the floor. And this time, arms out wide, tops of feet come flat. We're lifting from the backs of our necks, toes, knees, and thighs rise. Full locust pose. Sweep the hands behind your low back and peel your chest open. It's tough to breathe here, yogis. Stay strong. Breathe slowly and calmly. One more big breath in. Squeeze your big toes together. On the breath out, press on back to child's pose or right straight up into down dog. And from this down dog, let's take a little option, guys. Take your feet as wide as your mats. Your right hand reaches through towards the left something. We can bend our knee, grab the back of our knee, our calf, or even our heel. Once you get it, start to straighten, woo, and then roll your eye gaze under your left armpit. This is so big in the right shoulder. Breathe where you're feeling sensation. Under that when you're ready, and anything you need, any organic movements to get you out of that deep stretch. Let's do the same on the other side. Left hand reaches for the right leg in some capacity. Bend your right knee, grab something, straighten it if you're able to, and then twist to look out under your right armpit.
Scott, can you go on mute, please? Thank you.
One more big breath there. I got you, Scott. Untwist your downward facing dog. And when you're ready, left leg rises high, three-legged dog. Let's push long. It doesn't have to lift high. We care more about length. Look forward, crunch your knee towards your belly, and land somewhere. The goal would be in between our thumbs. I got a little stuck, so I'm gonna help my ankle through here. Kneeling as we did before, high lunge, climb up through the front thigh, and then lift through the arms. Big breath in. Now soften shoulders down from earlobes. Always let go where we're able to, but uplift everything else. Frame out front foot, half splits. Come on back and watch your left hip. We're gonna go whoop around the corner and squeeze it towards our right big toe. All right, do we feel spunky? If so, we're gonna lift our chest, soften your left knee, and send your airplane wings this time behind you if possible. Now remember, we can kind of teeter back here, or if we feel good, we're gonna float the chest, more lift, more press forward. One more big breath. Feel triumphant no matter where you are. Well done adding on here. Shift back forward, both hands inside left big toe. Sweep out to the side, gate pose. No worries, we've been here before. Give it a bow. And then roll up like an angry cat. Soften your left knee again. Now you make this version anything you want. It could just simply be hands to hips. Peel down through that blade edge as if you're lifting your arch and energizing through the outside of your foot. Inhale, rise. Full gate pose would be right arm falling towards the floor and then lifting up and out. Take another breath in your variation of this posture. And remember, yogis, this isn't life or death. This is just creating beautiful shapes, opening, breathing, and feeling good. Inhale back to sky. Come right back out the way you came. Let's draw back in, downward facing dog or child's pose. Another option we have is tabletop. From this downward facing dog, your right leg rises high. From three-legged dog, we land outside our right pinky finger. Come to me, yogis. If you get stuck, you know what you do. Grab and help it forward. And then come to your spidey fingertips like a tent. Pull forward towards neck. Yes, we can always be kneeling in every lunge. Press back, downward facing dog. Palms must be flat, or we can use the smallest setting of our blocks or our books. Left leg rises high. Breathe in. Now land softly outside your left pinky finger, opening up our hips. And when we pull long, lengthening out our spines. These fingertips are not mandatory. This is just a wonderful way to get strong in your palms and especially in your wrists from all that typing you guys do. Press back. One more each way with a little bowing option. Now press through the thumb and the index finger to be strong in your down dog. Right leg rises. Step outside your right finger in your time. And if possible, reach forward. Reach forward. Pull your hips as far away from shoulders as possible. Might be a little early in your practice, but if you're feeling kind of outstretched there and it's not so comfy, you can come to forearms instead. Just get a little deeper in your hips. Last breath in, wiggle through right toes, soften facial expression, push back. If you're really stuck, land your knee, tabletop down dog. Last time, yogis. Left leg rise with a big, beautiful in-breath. Land soft like a butterfly, right outside left pinky. And then if possible, reach some more. Bow down or take the option with kneeling, lizard on forearms. One more big breath in, yogis. All right, one more twist and then we'll get moving for our strength postures. Rise up. This time, elevate back, knee if it's down, and turn towards your side wall. Turn both toes over towards the right side. And then if you're a little cockeyed, we're gonna level up here. So we have a straight line from big toe to big toe. Forward fold with wide legs. Really tough here, right? Walk toes in as much as you need. And then a little pigeon toed is nice for the knees to forward fold. And for those of you that have props, if you feel great in your fold, but you need a little extra support, you could use your blocks, your books, your pillows for your head, or your hands, you choose. One more big breath, and optionally, we're adding on a twist. So let's all lift halfway. Right fingertips or fists come under the nose. Left arm reaches out or to our hips. Optionally, left arm reaches skywards. Now this is really tough on the neck, so we're slowly swiveling our eye gaze and asking ourselves, can I make my right eye look at my left thumb? That's hard. Oh, a little off balance, right? That's the fun challenge of yoga. And when we wobble, we just know we're getting stronger, so we breathe through that. The slowest unwind. Let's revolve in the opposite direction. Left fingertips, left fists, right hand to hip, side wall. We're all the way up, yogis. Now I'm gonna ask you to get as long as humanly possible from the top of your head through your tail. Number one goal. Then the twist comes in only if our body's allowing us and we feel open. Last but not least, left eyeball tracking up towards the right thumb tip. Give it a wiggle. I like to free the fingers and give them wiggles here and there so we're not holding any tension through our postures. Last bit, come on down towards the floor, a slow unravel, turn toes out, and just shift as we did in the beginning. Shift side to side. But if you're feeling good down here, we're gonna shift like a tiger. Reach to one side, reach to the other. And if it's too much, we come up here. A little shift, just as we started, or we could hold halfway. All right, so my tigers, you're gonna reach out through the opposite arm. When you get to that one side, opposite hand goes past the edge of your mat. Feel your sides really opening. Flood your body with beautiful breath. One more set of wide-legged twists. I'm turning back to you so you can see me. Coming back into the center, this time we're levitating. Turn toes back in a tad. Wide-legged forward fold. Take a moment and walk fingertips behind you, yogis. I like to spin my fingers towards the back of my mat and then walk back. If your head has landed on the ground, you need to toe heel in just a tiny bit to make it more about a levitating fold. We feel lots of length. Now, press your big toes apart like you could rip your mat in half right in between your big toes. Soften your knees, but feel your body being really strong. Last breath here. On your exhalation, halfway lift. Right hand or right fist under your chin. As we do the same as we did before, left arm rising, we're going to try to levitate from that bottom hand, lifting the right hand off, but still twisting. Now we're using our strong bodies. So if that doesn't feel good, where do we stay? Hands connected to the earth, drawing up power from Mother Earth, right eye gaze up. And we might go back and forth. Sometimes I like to levitate for a breath and then land for a breath with the bearings. When you're done, yogis. Gentle release. Left hand down. Do your hamstrings feel it? If they do, soften your knees if it's too intense. Right arm comes out to the side. And when you feel pretty good about your right arm landing, let's levitate through the left hand. Did you find that it's too much? Bring right hand to hip. Move your eye gaze to enhance your twist. One more big breath in. On the exhalation, come out. And if you have it in you, you're gonna bend your knees, turn toes out and just bounce forward into forward fold or toe heel your way in. And I'll meet you at the tops of your mat in forward fold. My friends, a super slow rise so you don't get dizzy. Curl your way on up. Make it as long and as luxuriously massagey as you can. Inhale, arms rise. Sink down. You can't get out of my class without an intense pose. We're sitting in our yoga chairs. From here, palms come together and we're pulling our thumbs back to land at the nape of our neck. Now, if possible, chin lifts. Yes, I realize it's a big back bend. So if we need to, if we're feeling too much in the low back, we can tilt our pelvis down, lengthen the low back, and give us more opportunity to bend back a little bit. Tricep stretch too much. Arm options are with me right now. Lots of options. If you think of it, you can do it. Last big breath in. On the breath out, we're rising back up to extended mountain pose. On the exhalation, we forward fold. Guide yourself down in any arm variation as possible. I love to switch it up, so it's fun and different every time. Right leg lunges back, yogis. From this lunge, high lunge, now you know you can always stay in low lunge, and we're turning to warrior two. Right heel lands, we turn our bodies open towards one another. Now, if we need a kneeling, warrior two, we came from low lunge, we swivel our right toes behind us, and we have a kneeling option. Just as strong, we need to really peel our left knees towards our baby toes, no matter where we are. From this posture, soften up through the shoulders, flip your palms up, try to open your shoulders here, and then clasp hands, forearms, or elbows behind your back. Now we feel open in our chests. Pulling up long, staying strong in your legs, just a tiny tip over towards the left side. Tip, 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 but lengthen top of head away from right blade edge of foot. Feels like it's too much? Land your forearm. One more big breath in here. On the exhale, let's let the arms go. Left forearm pauses as the right arm rises. Let's take a few circles, guys. Right fingertips reach as far possible forward, down and around. Breathe in, down and around. Two more like this. All right, I love these extended warrior twos. Taking right fingertips towards the temples. Now really try to peel, remember bottom eye, towards the ceiling. So left eye up to revolve in your heart. And if possible, you're taking left fingers towards your heart. A little self-touch can bring a lot of love and attention to this area, but it's also guidance to open. If this is too much, arm can fall down by our sides. One more big breath in here. Top arm half binds behind the low back. That means I bring my forearm along my low back, just to release my shoulders. Last breath in, I know you've got this. On the exhalation, rise back up. Yes, yogis, warrior two. Let's spin all the way down and around. Windmill your arms to frame out front foot for lunge. Press back downward facing dog. Good job, that was a long time there. Let's clear this energy. Vinyasa flow, which is our sun salutation, roll into plank. If you need a break, have a seat or child's pose. Chaturanga, your little tricep push-up. And this time a back bend of our choice. So we've done baby cobra. We've done our full locust pose, any version, or it might feel great to come into up dog, soft elbows, but lifted knees and thighs, throat opens to sky. Child's pose to down dog. Lift up, take big breaths. When you feel really warm today, give me a big sigh out through open mouth. Right leg rises, breath in. Look forward and land. Lunge, help yourself forward if you got stuck. Back foot steps in, forward fold. Now, how slowly can you roll to standing? Oh, feels so good to get to the tippy top, doesn't it? Stretch out long. Back to chair we go. Any arms that you want, guys. You know we have to incorporate a little bit of balance at this part of class. So squeeze towards the midline. Everything is coming in like a hug on your bones. Lift up through your heels. Ooh, wobbly, wobbly. All right, now we're loading this chair. So fingertips sweep to me. They sweep behind and my chest is coming forward. Now your toes are gonna get crampy. Try to wiggle them out. Use balls of feet and outer edge only. Ankles, a beautiful stabilizer. If you have tight ankles or you've broken them before, stay down. Load your chair without the heel lift if that feels better. We're going for 2 more yogis. Squeeze through your midline, knees towards one another, belly in. This will help us with our balance here. Last loaded chair. And if possible, we're staying in it. Your buns are down, heels are up, fingers are behind you. Lift your chest just a tad, float fingertips to the earth, heel lifted forward fold. If your heels are down, that's fine. Melt your toes down. Woo! Good job, guys. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Even dangling fingertips here. I want a straight line from the top of my head, through my spine, through my tail. Forward fold. Left leg steps back, yogis, high lunge. You know our options now, right? Kneeling lunge, take a breath in. And for anyone that wants kneeling warrior two, just peek at me. I went from lunge to swivel my left toes behind my left knee. My right knee comes open. For the rest of us, from high lunge to warrior two. Just find it. Breathe into light, long arms. Flip your palms to ask myself, do I have a big enough opening on my chest? And if your arms are tired, they come wherever it feels best for you. One more big breath in. All right, yogis. This time we're clasping behind low back, trying to press the palms together, the very edge of the palms together. Soft elbows chase the floor or the wall behind you, however you feel best opening. And then tip over a tad bit to the right. Now, if I start to hunker, I want to really find length in my right side. Breathing here, top ahead, through left blade edge, long and supple. So we're just a moving, breathing organism, never so strong that we're rigid. Find your breath here. One more big breath in. On the exhalation, right forearm finds the thigh, left arm rises. Is this too much, yogis? Here or here? Breathing still. I know, it's tough stuff. Left fingertips, give them a wiggle, and then circle them towards your side wall, down. And for our neck stretchers, I love the eyes following this arm. It's a beautiful, soft neck stretch. If your neck ever bothers you, do me right now. Eyes to the floor, soft gaze on a steady point. Last one. Top arm rises. All right, cool. Now it's gonna bind behind our low back. We just simply drop the left forearm behind the low back, and if possible, these right fingers are coming here to the left shoulder to peel you open, and your right eye may be able to look up. Now check in. What just clenched? Whatever did, let it go. I know this is tough. Hang on for one more big breath. On the exhalation, we're just gonna find our way out so smooth and soft. Warrior two. Traditionally, eyes are down the right fingertips here. Windmill down and out. You deserve it, yogis. Turn back toes in. Find your lunge. Push back. Now that's hard to do, right? So I may come out of it this way. Whatever's the most gentle way for me to get out is how I go. Downward facing dog. Let's do it together, my friends. Inhale, find your plank. Roll through. Knees or no knees. Heart comes open. We pause. About halfway down, chest to elbows, just to get us really strong. To the floor we go. And let's make it any version. So I like to call this lizard. With my suction cuppy fingers, I like to get a big lift up here, kind of like an up dog variation. You choose. When you're done, roll back. Downward facing dog is our goal. And then a fun downward facing dog. For those of us that were in class last week, you may remember. Okay, my friends, we got this. Left leg rises high. But before you do, your right toes turn a tad. So look at my right foot here. I turned them just a tad out to the right side. And then, once I do that, I lift my left leg. All right, guys, we're gonna try to grab a hold of our left leg. So we're bending our left heel, right hand rises, and come to fingertips first. Unsteady, right? That's the fun part. See if you can lift it a little higher. Right fingertips eventually will wrap around the back. Oh, now you know why we turned our foot out. We're trying to balance here, and we might be able to grab the tops of our feet. And if you fall over, just giggle and come back. Try it again if you'd like. Don't forget to turn your right toes out for a little extra balance. If none of this is making you happy today, we're simply holding a down dog, and we're wiggling, we're feeling good, we're having fun. When you're done with that, find downward facing dog. Bend your knees and crouch, buns back to heels. Lift to downward facing dog. Back into a crouch. Bend knees, buns to heels. Now we're gonna do two more, but a bounce, bounce. So we come down, bounce, bounce, rise. One more, yogis. Just a little fun to get us out of there. All right, left toes turn out. Right leg rises high. Three-legged dog. Bend your right knee and get light on your left fingertips. Just kind of hovering here. Maybe lift for a sec. And if you feel ready, sweep along the floor to the left side, reach back, grab onto your right big toes or your whole top of foot. Oh, mine's a mile away. No expectations, guys. We're just gonna try, and if we don't get it, we're really kind and gentle to ourselves. No judgment, no criticism, just free-flowing thoughts and breath. Try again and again, yogis. If you're getting frustrated, let it go. Do a little down dog shimmy, a down dog shake. Ooh, all right, guys, let's clear that. When you're done, come to me. Downward facing dog, little bent knee, crouch, press back, lift hips. One more time like that. Crouch back. Double pulse in the crouch. I know your shoulders are getting tired. Hang on. Crouch, crouch, rise. Crouch, crouch. All right, let's move on. Lift heels, tippy toe walk towards your forward fold. Let's get off our poor shoulders for a second. Arms rise high. And as we release, mountain pose. Well done, guys. Pause with hands at heart center. Check in. How do your shoulders feel? Wash those sensations through your body. Let's move on. Arms rise, extended mountain pose. Forward fold into gorilla pose before we finish up with our strength. Slide the bottoms of your hands underneath the tops of your feet. Underneath your feet. And then when we get there, we want to have our toes as high up on the wrist crease as possible. And then I want to push down as if I'm trying to stand on my hands. At the same time, pulling my arms straight and up as if I want to levitate again. So I have lots of strength in pulling my arms, dropping my chin towards my chest, and my shoulders now peel back as if they're kissing my spine. So I have lots of room between my earlobes and my shoulders. Gorilla pose. When your hamstrings are tight and they talk back, give them what they need. Soften your knees, even rest your chest right on your thighs. But if you're feeling really limber today, knees pull high into thighs. Thighs pull up into hips. One more big breath, yogis. Release your poor hands. And then forward fold your left leg. I'm going to keep you on your toes today. Left leg steps back into high lunge. Arms rise. Low lunge if you like it. Turn to warrior two, but now pull straight up into triangle. Right knee softly pulling high into thigh. Arms long. Great job. Let's bring hands behind low back again. Left thumb on top this time. Chase something, the floor or the wall behind you. Open your heart and tip just a tiny bit in triangle pose. Ooh, now feel my hips shift back, right? Feels good, yes? Soften your knee. And I want to stay as long as possible on my right side. So as I bend over, if I start to fold, I come back up and try again. When you feel you need it, you're releasing your hands, right fingertips anywhere. If we have a block, inside, outside the toes. Some people like their peace fingers around the right big toe. And unfold the top arm unless the half bind feels best for your chest and shoulders. Length in the right ribs. Try to breathe new energy into them. None of this is easy. Hard enough to make the shapes, let alone add breath into them, but that's our primary focus. One more big breath. If my right eyeball can swivel towards my left thumb, give yourself a thumbs up there. On that exhalation, my friends, we're gonna rebend through the right leg, and this is where it gets hard. Lift your left heel, shift over, and see if you can rise through the back leg. Even if we just tap in and lift a little bit, we're finding half moon. Floating half moon is beautiful. It's without the right hand reaching on anything. Hard to do? Yes, but beautiful if you can find it today. Option with me in the block. And you know your top hands can go anywhere it feels good. When you're done floating, find your triangle again, tap back toes down slowly, pull back up to triangle and just reverse it. Right arm rises. Lift long through the left side. I really like to reach my left arm out because sometimes it's hard to lift, but if you reach, whew, miracle length happens. Soften your right knee, open again. All right, let's spin on down. We only have 2 more vinyasas through this whole class. Rebend your right knee, turn back toes in, press back to downward facing dog. My friends, you know we could stop anywhere we need it for a child's pose or a tabletop. Otherwise, roll through. Feel free to stay in down dog, chaturanga. On the way down, let's find our favorite version of back bend, even a tiny little one or a big one. Hey, we can even roll a little bit through it. Remember, anything you think would feel good definitely would for you today, so go ahead and do it. A little side bending. When you're ready, downward facing dog. Any shimmies or shakes you need to get you ready for business on the other side. Left leg rises high. Bend your knee, step inside your thumbs, land that lunge, but this time we're stepping together. Forward fold, ripple to the sky, long spine, inhale, rise. Smile at the top because you're halfway done. Ready, fine friends? Here we go, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen, even levitate, fingers off the ground. Top of head long, wrinkle free and back of neck. Refold. Right leg lunges back. Are we able to keep that leg elevated? Scissor your legs energetically together here. That'll help you lift. Oh, I feel light in the top half when we do that, right? Warrior 2, just for a sec, land your back foot. Open the shoulders any way you need to. And then triangle pose. All right, so now I feel coming inwards like I'm crumpling up my mat. Right thumb on top. Reach behind. If this doesn't feel good, we have options. We can just gently hold palms, hold arms, hands towards hips. And then let's tip a little bit towards the left, towards your straight leg. Softening the knee, any degree necessary to find this triangle pose. All right, yogis, before we go any further, we want to go longer through the left side body. My right hip shifted back. I'll show you from the sides. And then when we feel like we want a little more, we're going to start to fold down. Now, I can certainly stay where I am the whole time with hands behind, or I can find my more traditional alignment. Left fingertips, light, like I'm on a buoy in the sea. Top arm skywards, crossing, reaching, left eye looking towards my right thumb. Binders, we can bind up our little toe here. Peace fingers around the left big toe. Plug the toe in and then elevate from there. Now, before we move on, I want you to tell yourself, I am balanced, I am strong, I've got this. Because you know where we're going, right? Unless you blocked it from your memory. Eyes look down, rebend through your left knee to find half moon. That means my fingertips could be on the floor, somewhere in front of my left toes, and my right arm might want to wait while I boost up through my back leg. Then my right arm may elevate if today's my day to be really open. Option yogis, floating half moon. Gives you much more space on your left side, but balance-wise, it's a bigger challenge. So you decide where you are on this side in this very moment, on this very day. We get a break. It's coming so soon. We need one more breath in, stronger than ever before. On the breath out, bending through left knee to land right leg slowly, softly. Warrior two. Triangle pose. Reverse triangle pose. This is where it happens. Just let all those sensations sweep through your body. Right side long as we tip back here. Any variation? Do you feel too crunched on your right side? If so, bring your right arm up. Oh, it's magic. I just love feeling that. Rise, rise some more, but relax your shoulders here, and then really go for it. Too good. I don't even want to leave it, but we have one more vinyasa as promised. Are you ready? Let's do this. Left knee bends, turn back toes in so we're safe in our joints. Come on down, press back. My friends, if vinyasa is not your style, feel free to pause and meet us at the end. Otherwise, come forward, flow into your plank position. Lower into your chaturanga. Find your back bend. Make it groovy. If you want to make it funky and move a little bit, do that. Do what feels good. Child's pose. Downward facing dog. But this time we're lifting heels and tiptoe walking. Make them tiny, guys. Tiny little tiptoe walks forward to have a seat. So I'm going to turn back to you. Any way that feels good. If you're able to, come down into a little squat. And if we need anything underneath our heels to give us support, cool. If we're able to squat with our heels down, cool. We're going to try to hug our bodies in here. Really tight hug. Flare your back open like a big grapefruit, a big balloon back there. And then on your way down, support yourself so you can get down really softly. Well done, guys. Oh, the best part. We get some hips. I'm going to turn to the side and show you. Lift your left foot and lean back so that you can somehow, hopefully, get your left foot crossed over the right leg for figure four. I don't like you to grab it and force it. We just want to be soft with our bodies. When you get there, lift up. I like to take my right foot in really close and then boost my chest towards my left shin. Now, friends, two things. Flex your right foot like you could leave a full footprint on that wall. Oh, this is your left foot, sorry. And then your left knee, you're going to use your leg to press it away from your chest. Yes, all those things will help us open our hips. Then we rise. Good job on all the hard stuff. Now we just get to reap the sweet rewards of all that newfound strength, balance, and coordination, and get to put it into flexibility. One more big breath in, really active, happy toes here. And on the exhalation, you're going to allow your hips to fall over to the right side. Then we just need to scoot our buns around so we're comfy. If this crossed over foot is too much, feel free to uncross it in front of your shin. Option two, we can straighten out our bottom leg to make it a little bit more accessible as well. So you choose, but we're twisting away from top leg. Lift your chest, spin to the right. Prop your right hand up on anything to sit higher, especially if you're feeling hunchy in your low back. We're going to try to pull our chest up really proud. And it's okay if your left cheek leaves the floor, okay? We're going to walk out like that, bow again. And then try to do a couple little push-ups here, which is hard, I know. Come down, feeling big stretch in your left side, and exhale up. Inhale, lower. Lengthening and lowering. One more like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Climb all the way back up, and this time hug your knee to your chest. Give it a really loving hug. Like, so proud of you, strong leg. Take a hold of your left cheek and sit it back a little bit, okay? So you feel that, right? Your sits bone was forward. We're gonna pull it back, lengthening the side of our left leg. Give it a big old hug, and if possible, a high five to plant left hand up on anything to build the ground up, and then swivel around. Now, big difference here, if my belly's unengaged, I feel really frumpy and I can't really twist. But even if I just pull in a little bit I can lengthen up, and then I have room to swivel. Let your arm fall. If it feels a little bit too much in your face here, you can let it fall around the left side. Might be able to press on the floor. Use the arms like levers here to lift and twist. One more big breath in, yogis. On the exhalation, so softly coming back to the center. Oh, and this poor leg, we need to give it a little stretch. Assist it. I'll help it around the corner here. Woo. We're turning both knees to the right. Hip stretches. Right hand comes down. These are called spiral lifts. Think about spiraling your body up to the sky and then back down, because it never works really well the first time. So let's try again. And if you need a little more, your left toes will stick out. Big toe mound pushes down. We lift up this way. Oh, and if that was the recipe for success, stay. I always think the fourth one for me is really nice. So whenever you get there, then feel it, yogis. Open your hips, open your body. You may still be here. Cool, cool. Do whatever feels really good. Maybe turn your heart towards the sky. And then so softly come out, and we just get to do our little break dancing stuff here. Legs come out, lean back. If you still need anything else, your knees are tight, you need a little love for your legs, do it, okay? When you get ready, lean back, lift your right leg. Remember, we're gonna really flex that foot to cross it over. So it may have to be out here, cross it over, and then push your left foot on in. Okay, two things, what is it? Flex, push through that right leg, right? Lift your chest. And then push your right knee away. This is a beautiful place to be. Not easy, but really nice. Every little bit just feels awesome. Feeling really cramped in shoulders or wrists, move your fingers any way that it feels more accessible for you to lift heart towards shin. Last breath in here, and then the softest, most graceful fall to the left side. Now let's just rearrange a little bit, okay? Hips up and back, and you know that if this isn't working for you today, too tight, come in front of your shin. Or straighten out your left leg for either of the above. Let's go away from our front leg. Taking both hands inside right leg, this may be where we land today, or we're gonna try to bow. Right seat will come up, that's okay, guys. Once we get into our little push-up, come down and then rise up on an attempt to lengthen out our heart space, open from the belly. One more big breath. Inhale and exhale. Let's rise and just love on our bodies for a second. Left arm wraps around for the biggest, most loving hug on this right leg. Here's where I want you to grab your right seat, lift up and pull back. So feeling short here, and feeling lifted and long as we sit our right hip back. Okay, then readjust whatever's necessary to give yourself a loving, hugging twist to the right, or left hand, giving yourself a mental high five here. Left hand can fall, it can sweep to the floor. Most importantly, we worry about top of head elevating. Breathe into new space, and then exhaling to twist. What about our bellies here? If we really pull those in, as if I zip tied my navel into my spine, then I get a bit more swivel possibility. Left eye towards the back wall, really balancing our brain here today with our body movements. One more big breath in, yogis. And then as we come out, we're slowly unswiveling. This is gonna feel awesome, but we need to get out of here first. Lift up through your leg, be really nice to your hips and your knees, whatever you need before we find spiral twists. Otherwise, both knees bend like 90 degrees to the left side. Left hand comes back to boost us. With a soft elbow, we rise. I like to take the right arm like I'm rising the sun up in the sky. Let your hips follow. Oh, and if you get a really tight pinch in your hips, that happens to me all the time too. Lower, try again. Usually it works. And if it doesn't, stay down beneath that little pinch today. Inhale, rise. Remember our option if we need a little more, right toe, the mound. We're gonna push down through that big toe so the heel is lifted. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Fourth one's the charm. Inhale, rise, and then hold in all your glory, yogis. Open up, twist around, see what works for you. Exhale, release when you're feeling like it's enough. And then when we come down, we're gonna lean back one more time. Do what feels good. For my yogis that have to get back to work right at 1, I'll let you know in 2 minutes. We're almost done here, okay? Anything you need with your legs into what I call butterfly pose. We're gonna go a little deeper for our backs today. Butterfly pose could look for you like a diamond, or if it feels better for your hips, all the way in. But I wanna get really open in my low back. So let's lift up, push blade edge of feet together, lift up through the hips, and just get a little swivel, just a little fun swing before we add on a serious pose. When we sit our hips back down, we're gonna try and take our forearms under our shins like a forklift would do. Sweep right under there. And then I love this part because like our gorilla pose, we're gonna push down with our shins, but pull up with our body at the same time. Get long, feel some traction, and then extend forward as far as you can with your newfound length. Exhale when you're ready and fold. Now, if none of that is working, just grab your feet, or we can always grab our mats and use our mats to pull us forward. I'll show you from the side. Pull us forward and down. Sticky fingers work too. If we have them on the floor, we can kind of pull forward. Allow the inner arches to open like you're reading deep into your souls, into a really good book today. One more big breath in, yogis. For those of you that have to get back to work, it's 12:55. If you're able to join me on your back for a few finishing stretches through the backs of our bodies, come on up slowly. If you have to go, I hope you have a wonderful day. Close your knees, help yourself here. We're gonna lie all the way back. And just a little happy baby variation because I wanna spread our lower back. So as we come down, really soft, really soft. Knees bend into chest, hug in as tight as you can, right in towards your chest here, so it's a close hug, and then allow your head to fall and rock side to side. Now, especially if you have low back tenderness, you might find a little pocket where it's really sticky, or it might feel like a little puffy and painful. If you feel that, spend some extra time right there. Otherwise, just roll around for a bit. And when you're ready, happy baby, yogis. Act as if you could stand on the ceiling. Grab a hold of inner or outer. I would love for you to grab outer feet today because I want us to take our thumbs and we're going to use our thumbs like buttons. Once you get a hold of your legs, spread your back out really wide. Tailbone as long as possible. Hips widen. Side body melts down. Shoulder blades melt. As if you're a goo of maple syrup spreading all over your plate. For those of us that have the blade edge of our feet, we're going to take our thumbs and pull down on our pinky toes. Just a nice toe stretch. Let that toe go. Try your little ring finger toe. Whatever you call that one. Let that one go. Try that next toe. Ooh, some of them may feel really tight. Kind of roll around on that toe. Next one. Now all the while our back is spreading even wider to the corners of our plate with that maple syrup sensation. And then go back the other way. Now let's give ourselves some feedback here. Press your feet into your hands while pulling your hands down and stretching your toes. So we're getting a big one. Last two little toes there on the way out. Really nice, yogis. Close knees together. Extend legs towards ceiling and then grab on somewhere, backs of thighs, towards the calves, or if possible, if you have that pillowcase or that belt, you could strap up, lasso your feet, and then we're gonna lift our chest up towards our toes, get really lifted here, settle our head and neck back on the mat and see if we can take our toes a little closer to our nose, but press the tailbone down, get your back soft. One more big breath in here. And on your exhalation, yogis, coming all the way back up to seated, bend your knees, Just a little breath practice here. If we feel that we need some rocks and rolls, do whatever's necessary. Fetal position if you'd like. But I'd like to finish up with a 4-part breath. So when you've rolled back to seated, it's anything that's comfortable. I just want you to be able to extend your arms, okay? And if you want a little bit more toe stretching, toes pose with me. Tuck your toes under, help out your little pinky guy. He doesn't like to get under there. Once you get under there, just rest your hands for a sec. Okay, soften up your facial muscles. All the hard work is done. This is what we can come back to later whenever we need just a moment to refresh our brains. A final breath practice. If 4 seconds feels too stressful for you, shorten it to whatever you can accomplish. Each breath has a little hold at the end. Arms are coming out as long as possible. Zombie arms, reach to me, but soften everything back. Floss your shoulder blades back so there's lots of room to breathe. And as we breathe up, I want you to think about filling up from the belly all the way out through the tips of fingers. We're holding at the tips of our fingers. Let's try it in for 4 seconds, yogis. Exhale all air out of your body to begin. Now fill back up 4 seconds at least. Pause. Feel the electricity at the end of your fingertips from that buzzing breath. On the exhalation, back through the shoulders. Now settle down into the hips. Pause. Let's try again. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Pause. 2 more rounds, soft box breathing. Inhale, 4. Pause. Soften your facial muscles. Exhalation, long and slow. Pause here. I know arms are getting tired. Last breath. Inhale. Feel a little lighter, more lifted. Pause. Hold in all that goodness. Bring in anything you need. Exhale anything you don't need. 3, 2, 1, and pause. Palms come to heart center. Lift your heart space up into your thumbs. See if you can connect with your heartbeat. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Stacked over our hips. Take a little chin tuck, a tip towards your hands. A little bow to your own beautiful practice today. And yogis, I'd like to thank you for spending your lunch break with me. I hope you feel rejuvenated, restored, nourished from your breath. The light in me honors the light that is in each and every one of you. Namaste, yogis. Can't wait to see you again. Have a wonderful one.